most importantly, gents, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands.
So return to the ring for young Aqib Fiaz, who has been out since October last year. That rescheduled clash with Kane Baker, which he did so well tonight. Another good test for him over 8 rounds against Kevin Baldospino. This one's been made at 132 pounds. As Fiaz just looks to creep his way down towards that professional super featherweight limit, presumably for domestic and regional titles in the next 12 months or so. Baldospino, Ecuadorian, but as I said to you, he resides in northern Spain these days. He's pretty straightforward. He turns through his shots nicely, reasonable balance. Just occasionally just falls over the front foot. He does switch hit as well too, so watch out for that. And what we saw, Darren, at Fiaz's first real test against Kane Baker was just a really good distance control, sharp shots at range, and that was a nice stiff jab from him there.
Yeah, he's a lovely boxer, he really is. He's got very quick hands, quick feet, quick reactions, and I think the 8 rounds that he had against Kane Baker will serve him very well moving forward. He was in there with a guy that was very aggressive and game in Kane Baker. We know how much he loves the sport, and Fiaz dealt with him well.
I think foot speed could be crucial in this one. Fiaz is a little lighter on his feet than Baldospino, he's almost got a kind of a Mexican style. He's a little flat-footed at times, but when he does let his hands go, he can definitely punch a little bit. Nice stiff jab again there from Fiaz, just controlling the distance and the range early. Baldospino just looking for wide shots to set up those uppercuts through the middle, but Fiaz's guard was tight and compact.
It's good work from Baldospino in this opening round. Good variation, worked the head body well, but Fiaz tucks up well and he's just gliding in and out range. Good speed. A positive start though from Baldospino. I really fancies this. I've said this in the build-up this week. He's a winner. You know, he's game, he's tough, never been stopped, and has a winning record. Good body shot, lovely left to the body there.
Yeah, good response that from Fiaz, because Baldospino had a little bit of success in those previous 30 seconds. Fiaz just pushing him back now, back to centering, stabs to the body. That was solid.
Changes the levels really well, Fiaz. Doesn't just target the head. He's up and down, always keeping his opponent thinking. Good variation with the jab.
Fiaz just slipping and sliding on the ropes, just making Baldospino miss with the right hand and the hooks, and just peeling off to the side again. Just their feet got tangled up there. We had a good education on Steve Wood's circuit up north. They don't match them easy. He had some really good scraps in the early stages of his career. I remember his fight with Daniel Alder. He was down early in that fight and then came back and put Alder down about a minute later. But those kind of experiences and the education that just meant he's had to kind of tidy up some of the rough edges. But that's also what's made him an exciting fighter, because he can box, Darren, but he does like to fight as well.
Yeah, and I think that's important in the professional boxing. You know, we like to see entertainment. It's about bums on the seat. And yeah, though he's got all the skill in the world, he's got quick hands, quick feet, like we touched on, good variation. He does like to get stuck in, and I'm a fan.
Well, it was a nice even first round between the pair. Kevin Baldospino giving as good as he got. Just feel that Fiaz is in control, and when he's working off the jab, setting things up nicely, holding that distance. But as we say, he's just got that tendency to get drawn in. That's what he likes to do. But good start for that man, Kevin Baldospino. Plenty of action on Dazn tonight. All start at 7 o'clock local time. Ebony Bridges and Bet Conley opens the show. Kid Galahad and Jazza Dickens will close it. And you're watching Before the Bell live across Match and Boxing social media and on Dazn as well. Young Aqib Fiaz, former stablemate of Carl Frampton, under the guidance of Jamie Moore, Nigel Travis. And he said he's been doing a lot of strength and conditioning work with the guys from Velocity, and Kerry Kays as well. Been a staple in boxing.
Yeah.
For well, you wouldn't like me to say decades, but it is the truth.
I'll tell you what, one of the nicest men you could meet in boxing. He knows his stuff, and that's one thing that Aqib Fiaz, he's only 21. He's still mature and he's still filling out, and I'm sure the power will come. Not a stoppage on the record yet, but that will come, I've no doubt.
Just rakes right hand to the body off the jab. Just occasionally just hops out in straight lines and needs to be mindful of that. But he's just starting to get to Baldospino now. Just drops in under that left hook with a jab of his own. Stiff jab from Baldospino.
See, Fiaz is always trying to look for the counter, always thinking, trying to slip on the outside of the Baldospino jab and come back to right. It's good aggressive stuff here from Fiaz, holding the centre of the ring now. Good sharp shots. Like I say, as he starts maturing a bit and he's planting his feet, we'll start developing more power.
Yeah, and the difference here really, when you're watching Baldospino miss, he's just not able to get his feet in quick enough as Fiaz takes his back. He's just comfortable to hold that gap on the back foot, and then when he steps forward, he's landing hurtful shots. That's good though from Baldospino.
Yeah, it was good work. Just Fiaz, when he was taking him on the gloves there, he just needs to fire back. As soon as Baldospino's finished taking his shot, putting his arms back, his hands back to the chin, then let your hands go. That was a good counter. Check left hook from Fiaz.
Baldospino just looking for an exit off the ropes. Patient stuff this from Fiaz.
Nice.
He managed the high-paced 8 rounds against Kane Baker in pretty good fashion as Baldospino lets his hands go again, but Fiaz keeps his tight. Just sense he's just trying to take the sting out of his man before he goes to work here.
Exactly that, holding the centre ring, taking the snap and the sting and the pace out of Baldospino. Really does look classy, Fiaz, when he lets his hands go. Throws a beautiful lead backhand followed by a left hook. There's that variation again, head body. Bringing the guard up with Baldospino and dropping the right to the body.
Yeah, and then just coming around the side of the guard as well.
Jab.
Nice variety, and then as you say, just keeps that gap with the jab, loads up with the left hook that time, lands it, and then gets back to stabbing that body. Well, we saw how effective that was for Lee Wood last week, as he just catches Baldospino a little bit high, but his hand position was good. When you talk about learning fights, in terms of the education that Fiaz has had, not just in terms of sparring Carl Frampton for the last 2 years, which is about as good an education as a young man of his level is going to get, but the kind of fights he's taken to this point have been kind of the textbook learning experience that you want a young fighter to have.
Absolutely. Another good round there from Fiaz. But yeah, you're right, matchmaking's been key. Like we said, he's a young man, only 21. And looking impressive. I like what I see with Fiaz. He's got all the fundamentals there. He's got a lot to like, and it's just honestly, when time goes, with the maturity comes upon him, he's going to be a real force. I'm struggling. We've got the sun beaming on our monitors, so it's hard to see the replays.
Yeah,
here.
do you know what? I'm not going to complain though, because I think the biggest fear tonight was that we were going to be in the midst of a downpour. There are a few clouds kicking around, but what a relief it is. And we had the same last weekend. How lucky we've been.
It is lovely to have the sun on our backs, Chris, that's for sure.
Well, he certainly knows he's in a fight, Baldospino. He's holding his own, but he's just being edged out of these rounds. Fiaz just looks like he's leading the dance and in control so far. So into round 3 of 8 here. Fiaz had a good education as an amateur, about 70, 80 bouts, only lost about 11 or 12. He was a welterweight at 11, but was really overweight, and he's kind of turned fat into muscle in the last 10 years. And well, he said to me this morning, he said, well, I look the best I've ever looked on the scales. He said, but unfortunately, I was standing next to a guy with the best set of abs, potentially since Ivan Mendy boxed Luke Campbell.
Do you reckon there's any hope for me, Chris? My fat into muscle.
I think you're probably a little bit past it now, Darren. We can live in hope. Lovely work from Baldospino. Good combination, and just forced Fiaz to tuck up, but then he ain't got caught with a left hook, and then he just shovels a short left uppercut to the body. Yeah,
it was a beautiful left to the body there. It was good work from Baldospino. Entertaining stuff, this. Fiaz is happy to be in front of Baldospino with his hands up and firing back. Good, oh, lovely right uppercut. And again, beautiful shot that was.
Got through the narrow guard of Baldospino, and the two are in the heat of battle here. Ripping left hook, and this is really Aqib Fiaz's wheelhouse. Can box, but loves to fight, and well, from the look of things, so does Baldospino. Left hook to the body.
Good round.
And that's got the crowd warmed up, isn't it? Fiaz just turns himself off the ropes there, back to centre ring.
I'd just like to see him stay away from them ropes in the corner. Doesn't need to go that far back. As soon as you can feel yourself approaching the ropes, just turn, try and get back to the centre of the ring. This is where he wants to do all his work from. Oh, that was a good shot. Long right hook from Baldospino.
Well, Fiaz tried to take the sting out of it by taking his feet back, but Baldospino got himself in range, and now back comes Aqib Fiaz with a minute to go in the third round. Digging away to the body, just chops the right hand over. Baldospino responds.
Oh, good jab. Short jab there from Fiaz. They're animated in the corner of Fiaz. I think they felt their man's hurt, their opponent.
Baldospino will be taking a fair bit from this as well. You can hear the weight of the shots ringside. And these two are putting a lot into this with 5 rounds to go. Right hand just glances the temple of Fiaz. Left hook comes off the guard and he just looks for one in return. Great scrap this.
Really good. Good head movement from Fiaz there. Lovely counter right hand. Just missed. Credit to Baldospino, really giving it everything in there.
Nice catch and counter there from Fiaz. But it is really give and take at this point. Just maybe the slightly cleaner work coming from the home fighter, but really good action. Both men having a good share of the round. I say Fiaz looking technically and defensively much more compact than he has done in the fights gone by. And well, when he is in the pocket and he is taking shots, you can see he's riding them, taking them on the gloves, taking the sting out of them. And then when he is landing, he's landing with more precision than perhaps we've seen in the past as well.
Yeah, he's looking a lot more spiteful. And I'm struggling to see the monitors here, but the right uppercut was a beautiful shot. There was 2 on the spin. Really picked it well with speed and power.
There it comes. Whoa,
there.
wow.
That was a lovely
His
shot.
head nearly ended up on the commentary desk, I think. It was
so well. But did you see the following shot that was so impressive? It was a right to the body. He didn't go head hunting. He threw the right uppercut, then he dropped the right to the body, and then he followed up with another right uppercut. It was a beautiful work there. And yeah, I was touching on there. We've seen these flashy skills before, but now we're seeing a bit more spite and aggression from Fiaz, and looking a real exciting fighter in there. Baldospino not folding whatsoever, still thinks he's in with a chance here. Letting his hands go, also showing good variation. He landed a good right around the back of the guard of Fiaz earlier in the last round. So he'll be looking for another one of those.
Fiaz back on the jab as we approach the halfway point of this contest. Baldospino just parrying the jab away that time. Knows how important it is to try and take that away from Fiaz. Lands a glancing 1-2. Big ticket seller, Fiaz, even in the amateurs, Darren, was selling about 100, 120 tickets. I said, how is that? I said, what's the link? And he said, listen, your guess is as good as mine. He said, I just think people locally like to come and watch me fight.
He's a lovely lad as well, Chris. He really is.
Could translate well for the future, but he's really on the second phase of his apprenticeship here, and this is good work for him. Lovely combination, and Baldospino tries to keep the hands tight, but some of the shots getting through, but now he comes back again. Fiaz just occasionally guilty of holding his feet after he's let his hands go, and that's giving Baldospino opportunities on the return. But it's also making for a really good fight, just selfishly and for the crowd here.
He just feels comfortable. He obviously feels that he can take the best that Baldospino's got. And this is what I'm talking about, just getting backed up into the corner. Doesn't need to be there.
Baldospino just out of range with those jabs, but he wasn't with that right hand to the body.
Good work. Landed a few good rights to the body, Baldospino.
Tempo just slowed a little. I think they put a lot into that last round.
A good jab from Baldospino. That was a lovely shot. Sharp from a real spike. Good left to the body from Fiaz, and again.
Oh, he's got under that elbow twice, isn't he, Fiaz? And Baldospino just dropped that arm. He's back on the jab now. Back and forth contest, this. Oh, lovely left hook from Aqib Fiaz. Second time he's really turned and snapped the head of Baldospino. The uppercut in the last round, the left hook in round 4. Nice counter right hand. Man, just Baldospino falling over that front foot. Hasn't switch hit at all in this fight. I don't think he's maybe felt comfortable enough to do so. He's right in the trenches here. Catches another counter left.
He's finding the range with that left hook now, and the timing, Fiaz. Looking for that right uppercut after the right to the body. Decided not to throw it.
Rolling well up close, and just a warning there.
Brilliant fight, this. It really is. Good work, head and body. It's that variation again. This is where he wants his man Fiaz.
Yeah, you get the sense, Darren, that Aqib Fiaz could maybe be making life a little bit easier for himself. When he's boxing a range behind the jab, taking his feet back with him, he's making Baldospino miss quite easily, but he likes to stand up mid to short range and just let the hooks go and get involved in stuff like that. And yeah, okay, he's getting hit more than he otherwise would, but he's creating a good reputation for himself as an exciting fighter, and that's going to get him higher up bills. It's going to make people want to see him, and that's a big part of your trade as a fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he's taking a lot on the gloves, but not much is getting through, and then he's finding the range himself. He's there and he's firing back with quick counters, left hooks, right hooks, uppercuts, and looking classy. This is all we've wanted to see from Fiaz a bit more. We know how classy he is, how quick he is, how good of a boxer he is, but we just want to see that bit of spite from him, and we're seeing it this evening.
The 3 heavyweight fights on the bill tonight as well. Alan Babbage in action against Big Mark Bennett. He's giving away 62 pounds in that contest. Fabio Wardley defending his English title against Nick Webb as well.
See him setting traps there. Fiaz giving the eyes to Baldospino to the body and trying to throw the left hook to the head, just narrowly missing. Just almost missed with that right hand. Sorry, almost landed with the right hand. Always thinking. But Baldospino still there, holding the centering, trying to push his man back. Best chance he's got, I think, is pinning Fiaz into the corner, onto the ropes, then getting to work. Work into the body first, just to Baldospino.
Just exits off the left hook there. Fiaz back to centering with Baldospino, just trying to let the hands go now.
Good work from Baldospino. But again, taking on the gloves of Fiaz, who fires back with that check left hook. He's enjoyed that shot, he's had real success with it. Good work from Baldospino. Good variation.
He's having a good round here. Will Fiaz just start to turn it on and finish the round strong? He's starting to let the hands go now. Dipping into range, forcing Baldospino to miss with 8, 9 punches there. And then he lets his hands go now. More success for Fiaz. Uppercut off the left hook. And again, making him miss up close. Great head movement. Baldospino comes back. That right hand to the body's working well for him. But how much is it taken out of Fiaz? And how much is this taken out of Baldospino? Just get the sense he's just trying to walk him down, sap his energy, make him throw shots against the gloves, absorb it, and then go to work. A minute to go in the 5th round.
Good right to the body there. Slipped in from Fiaz. Been an air of confidence I've seen from Baldospino, walking around the hotel, the fight hotel, unfazed by anything. You can see he really fancies the job. Fiaz, again, likewise, taking everything in his stride, and this has really turned into a really good fight, this. Good 1-2 from Fiaz there, beautiful shot.
And after a good start to the round for Baldospino, Fiaz has just taken this by the horns. Steps off, looks for the counter right over to the jab, but he misses that time. 10 seconds on the clock. Left hook counter off the ropes. Good start to the round from Baldospino. Good finish for Aqib Fiaz. Hey, what, as good a learning experience as he could have hoped for. And they said no easy fights in fight camp. Let's have a look at some of the action there. That was him rolling and making him miss up close. Just trying to take the sting out of his work.
So real success with that right uppercut, Fiaz. Throwing it really well in close range.
So into round number 6 then. Baldospino has proved more than a worthy opponent at this stage of Aqib Fiaz's apprenticeship. Well, we knew when we saw him on the scales that this was a guy that was conditioned for the 8 rounds. And he's shown durability. He's mixed fire with fire as well in there. He's been second best in the majority of these rounds though, but certainly he's had a share of all of them. Nice uppercut there, and then the right hand. Fiaz digs the left to the body.
Yeah, he's not stopped working himself. Baldospino really played his part. But Fiaz getting the end of every argument, just kept firing back with a quick check left hook, left to the body, carried his right hand a little low there, enabled Baldospino to throw and land a short left hook. No real power in it, just out of range there also.
He's been sparring Jazza Dickens as well in this camp, so he will no doubt be having a keen look at that. That was a nice catch and counter off the ropes from Fiaz. Makes Baldospino miss with the left uppercut. Still there though, still firing, uppercut through the middle. Again, Fiaz just caught a little bit tall that time. Just defensively, the hands getting a little lower as the fatigue just kicking in for the home fighter. Minute 30 of the 6th to go.
Yeah, he looks unfazed there, Baldospino. Looking strong, looking powerful. That's a good one too.
But that's a great response for Fiaz. Just steps off for a moment. Long left hook to the body. Always looking for that catch and counter left hook off the ropes. That's his exit point with Baldospino. While he lets him out of the corner there. That was a mistake.
Oh.
And now he finds himself just pinned to the ropes for a moment. Just sense though, Fiaz just looking for little breaks here and there, Darren. Just looking to step off and hold that gap. It's been an attritional kind of pace so far. I think he maybe felt that Baldospino would have wilted by this point, and he hasn't done so, and he's coming on strong. Fiaz waiting, looking for that catch and counter, but Baldospino knew it was coming, so did we. Just needs to try and find a way out of that corner. And again, Baldospino just let him out there.
Well, he must be feeling the pace as well, Chris. Put an awful lot into this contest.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, short left uppercut there from Baldospino.
A busy, attritional 6-rounder, back and forth, both land the right hand at the same time. 10 seconds on the clock in the 6th, 2 to go here. And our opener at Fight Camp, and it's been a really, really good opening contest.
Really good, really good. Baldospino, best round for me there. Worked really well, unfazed, walking forward, looking strong, aggressive. Definitely agree with you there. It's been a superb opener. Good jab, lean back. Come back with a left uppercut from Baldospino.
And you're really turning through those shots, Baldospino, up the middle. Fiaz's guard is high and tight, and he's been defensively pretty disciplined as well. But he's had a fair share of success here. The general impression is that Fiaz has been in control for the majority of the rounds. He's dictated the distance when he's needed to, and I think he's looked comfortable fighting in the pocket. But certainly a tougher contest than he would have expected.
Second out, round 7.
Well, the action just speaking for itself here. And Baldospino boxing like a man who believes that he can still win this.
I think at this part point in the contest, he'd be hoping it was a 10-rounder. Coming on stronger as the rounds are going on.
Certainly is. Just the first switch from Baldospino, later than we'd expected to see it. Didn't really operate from the southpaw stance, but just dipping and slipping out of range, and as you say, just getting into a rhythm here. Fiaz having to dig in. Jabs upstairs, then down. Good head movement up close, but again, Baldospino getting through with those left hooks. No response from Fiaz. Is he getting fatigued?
Yeah, I think he is, Chris. Heard Jamie Moore in the corner there saying you're catching him well, but you're not firing back, and we just see an example of it there. He took a couple, 2-3 shots on the guard that didn't fire back. In the earlier rounds, we were seeing him firing back with good right-hand, left hook, so we just need to see him up the tempo a little bit, get caught with a left hook from Baldospino there. Doesn't need to be loading up. Put them together, 2s and 3s with speed. Don't worry about the power now.
Yeah, when he does let the hands go, he pushes Baldospino back with relative ease, but at the moment he's giving his opponent opportunities to have the better of these exchanges.
Baldospino boxing well. He's enjoying this.
In a rhythm. Just wonder whether he was warm enough at the beginning of this contest, because he's taken 3 or 4 rounds to get in a groove, but he is in one hit, but he's only got 2 rounds to really make an imprint on this, and you just feel he probably let the first 4 at least go before he started to have a decent enough share of the rounds to win any. But this is a good fight and a close fight.
It is. I think he should start looking for the uppercut again, Fiaz. When Baldospino rolls, he really does drop his head down, see there. He's open to the right uppercut.
Brilliantly conditioned though, he hasn't stopped letting his hands go through 7 rounds.
I mean, whatever happens here, these are valuable rounds for Fiaz. You know, you can't buy this. This is really, really good for his progression as a professional. Tough, hard rounds. Gets a solid opponent, an opponent who's in there trying to win. Baldospino giving it everything, boxing well. Desperate to win this. That was a lovely short left to the body from Baldospino.
And still fast hands at this stage of the contest as well. Baldospino's round as the seconds tick away. Will he fancy his chances with a big finish in the 8th? Fiaz just misses again with that left hook. Looking fatigued there. And he looks like he's just getting warmed up,
He
Darren.
does.
Has he just given away a few of those early rounds a little too easily? When Fiaz had his feet underneath him and they were sharp, he was boxing at distance well, winning these exchanges, but he's just let Baldospino back into this contest, and well, he's the away fighter. We won't be expecting miracles on the cards, and we have to, you know, take some responsibility historically for that in this country. So Fiaz will know if it's close, he's likely to get the nod. He probably is in front here, in truth. It'll be interesting to hear how people are seeing it at home, but these latter rounds have been tougher than I think he probably would have expected, where he thought Baldospino may have wilted. He's actually got a little bit stronger.
He's got stronger and got into his groove. I mean, look, if Baldospino was to win the last couple of rounds, it would be very, very interesting on the scorecards.
Final round.
Oh, beg your pardon, the last round.
Yeah, we saw with Craig Richards and Chad Sugden how easy it is to get a draw in an 8-rounder, where otherwise you may get the opportunity to put some distance between yourself and the opponent. Baldospino only would have needed to pinch 2. Those first 6 and these last couple, suddenly he's level. Fiaz in the corner, got to look for something big to put a punctuation on this round. Nice counter left hook there. Baldospino busier though.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the one shot coming back from Fiaz as opposed to the 3, 4, 5 that Baldospino are throwing. He's just got to let his hands go. Don't worry about the power, let him go with speed. That was a good left hook, carrying his right hand a little while low when he's throwing it though.
Second time he's chin checked him with that left hook, and a third and a fourth. Fiaz just putting his foot down, knows that the finish line is near here. How much has he got left in the tank though?
Just needs a fire back here. Good left to the body.
Better from Fiaz, but just a little overshot with that left hook. Good work to the body. Baldospino having to tuck up. Fiaz digging in hard here.
Really good work there. Flashy combination from Fiaz, but back comes Baldospino. Lovely right to the body. couple of deep breaths from Fiaz there. You can understand why, put an awful lot of work in. Doesn't need to be there, doesn't need to allow Baldospino to work away when you're on the ropes. That was a good right hand, good counter shot from Fiaz.
Well, you know what that landed. He was just been a bit predictable with that catch and counter left hook over the last 3 or 4, and I think Baldospino's been used to expecting that, and he got a right hand for his troubles there. Fiaz rolling up close, keeping the hands high and tight. Just a little close and smothering his work now. But he's busier in this round. He's had the better of the exchanges. Minute to go in the 8th.
Be careful there, just put his head down, Fiaz. Got to watch out for that uppercut from Baldospino.
Tell you what though, what a great scrap this has been to watch for our opener. Always hard to tell when you get an opponent comes in and there's not a great deal on them. You've got maybe 3 or 4 fights to watch online. It's not always easy to tell what kind of fight they're going to bring, but we felt he had more than it looked, and seeing the condition of him on the scales yesterday, you knew he was coming to fight, and he really has done, and he's dragged Aqib Fiaz into that kind of contest and made it close and given him a hell of a workout here.
Like I say, valuable rounds is for Fiaz, whatever happens, but Baldospino still letting his hands go, looking powerful. Like I said, oh, that was a good left hook. Not an arm shot there, but fantastic opener. It really has been a cracking fight. Thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Oh. Fiaz has been left hook happy in this last round. Landed some memorable punches, maybe to just put a punctuation on the performance, but well, Baldospino really played his part too, and he's taken a good share of those later rounds as well.
Not even breathing, Chris. He was just getting into his groove there, I think.
Yeah, 27 years of age, coming into his prime. Aqib Fiaz, though, some way away from his. That's what we must remember here. This is kind of not boy against man. He's certainly on the transition, and he's looking physically stronger than he was in his last couple, but he's still got a little bit more physical development to do, Fiaz. That was a lovely uppercut, and these were the spiteful, eye-catching shots that he landed in the early rounds.
Yeah, it was more than just the one shot. It was freezing force. He was letting his hands go, but then he felt the pace and he slowed down slightly. This was good work, but it was after this. The tempo slowed down from Fiaz.
Yeah, when his feet slowed and just stayed in front of Baldospino a little more, gave the Ecuadorian opportunities to box up close, to let his hands go. And do you know what? He ate some brilliant shots as well, Baldospino's chin was not in question at all.
Great action.
And this is round 8.
It was a good response, wasn't it, from Fiaz here? He had a quiet 6 and 7, but then really got to work in the last round.
Yeah, put his hands together well, dug in and used the conditioning. A lot of respect between the pair of them there, and he really has given the home fighter a hell of a contest. 2 are standing by. David Diamante has the scorecards. Let's hand over to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing here at Matchroom headquarters, we go to referee Kieran McCann's scorecard. It reads 77-76 for your winner. He's still undefeated, Aqib Fiaz.